Hey y'all, good afternoon. You probably like, why am I seeing this girl and it's daytime and it's not dark outside and she got on clothes that ain't, oh, see my baby bump? That's not her pajamas. Listen, I am, I had doctor's appointment, so I took the day off the rest of the day because we didn't get back home till I was 12. And I was like, I cannot work 4 hours straight on a Monday. And you know, in healthcare, Mondays, especially in doctor's office, Mondays is the absolute worst day to work. Um, so I'll be back the rest of the week. This work tomorrow. But I wanted to do a video last night, but I was in my feelings too bad. And so I said I'll wait till today when I got myself more collected. And it's about grief because yesterday was the 23rd and 10 years ago. And y'all know I talked about my mom and I was adopted. Well, my mom has been gone 15 years as of yesterday. And then on the 26th, my, excuse me, my mom's older sister would have been gone as well. And so both of those deaths were kind of hard for me. I'm not gonna say kind of hard; they were hard. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Um, very hard, very because I messed up, and there was a lot of things I couldn't go back and fix before. Um, that as I got older and wiser, I was like, "Schmick, you were so stupid." And so my husband made the comment. He's like, "Well, you're handling it better than I thought you would." And I was like, and I thought about it. I'm like, some days, like, I could be sitting there talking and can hear a song and will bust out in tears and be all to pieces. And then some days, it's like, I'm, I don't cry as much, or like it takes me a while to get my feelings together. I don't know if I'm using the right word, um, but definitely it was tough. And I realized it because Facebook memories, everybody know Facebook will show all type of memories, and it will have you in your feelings because some memories are the better times. Well, my mom passed before social media became a thing, and before we took all these pictures and stuff. But um, grief has no time limit. Death has no time limit. People that lose their moms, their dads, their grandparents, it has no time limit. It could be a day, a year, a month, 20 days, 20 years, and it has no time limit. And it's because God made us to where we're not supposed to know what death and hurt and pain feels like. He never wanted that for us. He never wanted us for us to cry or ask why. For that part, everything's supposed to have been happy, happy tears, happy whys, not because of grief. And grief is very, very weird. It comes with the worst times. And so, just thinking about that and thinking about how much time has went by and how much I have changed as a person. I think what I'm going to do while my son is taking his afternoon nap is, and you can do it too, is it's called the empty chair theory, and it's just thought theory. It's where you put an empty chair and you just say everything to the person as if they were there, and they don't have to be unalive. They could be sick. They can be moved on. You can be the moved on. They could be, you divorced. It does not have to be a like where they're gone, where they're no longer with you. Um, and it's just so much I want to tell my mom, and I probably will bust out in tears as I'm telling her because she never got to meet my kids. She never got to know that I went back to school and got myself somewhat together. That I'm not outside anymore. I don't drink like that anymore. I don't party like that no more. I can't tell you the last time I've been anywhere to a club or got sloppy drunk. But the last time I got drunk, I had my daughter and I was in North Carolina and I couldn't remember the next day and I had a knot on my head and my friends told me they had to try to carry me and I fell and hit my head. I said, you know what? I said, when it gets to the point where you get that drunk, where you can't remember, it's time to stop. because you can hurt somebody, you can hurt yourself, you can end up in a position where you don't want to be. And so I made the decision to stop, and that's what I'm going to do. So I have now, when I drink, my husband's always with me. Um, I may have a drink too, but he knows. He knows me well enough to know when I'm starting to get spicy, and I'll slow down because I don't want to get drunk. Like I don't want to be lucid anymore. Like I don't want to be that anymore. Cause I have kids. I don't want my kids to think that, dang, mama, you drunk all the time. All you do is party. Now I do know people that have kids and they drink every single day of the week. They party. They go out. They doing whatever. They living their life. That's how you want to be, baby. Do it. But as for me and mine, my kid is not gonna say that I'm drunk all the time. They're not gonna go to school and tell their teacher that, oh, my mama drinks. Every time I see her, she got liquors, baby. When I drink, it's in a plastic cup. They think it's juice. Or if I have to have a wine glass, it's at night when they sleep. Or if me and my husband celebrate our anniversary or something, we may have a glass of wine with dinner. But they never see me where the point I can't control myself. Because kids pick up more on what you do than what you say. And people don't realize that, oh, my child, they don't know what I'm doing. Yes, they do. They know you tore it from the floor up Monday through Sunday. Yes, they do. And that's also grievous for a child. And that's how some people deal with grief. They don't want to face it. I dealt with grief like that for years. I was always out in the club Wednesday to Sunday. Drunk 99% of the time. Only 2 nights I was in the club. And guess what? That's because they won't open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Back then. And I had to change. I was going on a really dark path. I didn't grieve. So now that I'm sober and I face it, I grieve. And when you grieve properly, you feel better. Because you're not waking up with a hangover, you're not yourself. You're actually able to get those feelings out like you're supposed to. You're not supposed to hold on to feelings. You're supposed to let them out. Like I said, I'm not knocking nobody. How you do what you do, you don't owe me or anybody else an explanation. I'm just saying I had to stop because I didn't want my kids to bury me because I didn't forgot, got drunk so much, got run around, people that got in a car accident and got to fight. Who knows what could happen? Could have been raped, could have been killed, all because I'm too drunk to get myself together. Anything could have happened to me. Why would I want my kids to bury me? I'm not old. I don't have heart, health issues. And when my kids put me in the ground, it's because of old age or sickness that beyond my control, not self-doing. And that makes a lot in how a person grieves. You grieve differently when you know that a person is no longer here because of something they did. Suicide. Or they did something to somebody else and it backfired. It makes a difference because you're angry and you have nowhere. You can't never let it go because they can't think of if they wouldn't have made that decision. Because sometimes people feel like that's the only decision that they have, but it costs people that you leave behind to grieve differently. Now me, like I said, if I go and get an accident, I don't want it to be no fault of my own. If I get something happens, I don't want it to be no fault of my own. Because my kids need me in this world, and this world is crazy. It's tore up. Is they got people coming into elementary school shooting kids. I do not want to have to bury my kids, and I don't want them to have to bury me till it's time. I want to see my kids grow up. Lord willing to see me have grandbabies if that's what they choose to do. So I got more time on this earth to spend with them and help them get themselves together. I want when my kids leave me, they can take care of themselves so good that they are so mature. Because I'm trying to prepare them now, my daughter especially, for a world without me. I want her to know how to carry herself, how to make better decisions, because I'm not going to always be around to say, hey, you think you should be doing that? I'm not going to be always there to do that. So, in honor for my mom, I'm still going to get my degree. But I am changing schools. I'm not going to Aller anymore. I can't remember if I updated it or not. I will be attending Walden. Um, they are less expensive than Adler. I think Adler was like 93K. They're like 50 for the same degree. Um, they full time is like 2 courses where Adler would give me 4. And I still get finished in the same time. It's like 2 years and 9 months. Um, their residency, because I couldn't make it to Chicago, I'm not required to go on campus. I can do everything right here from I can't from my computer. I just have to be in session. Like I can't miss session. I can do that. I'm at home. I will get up, put my moo on and my glasses, and come sit right here and be in session all day. I can do that. So it works better because I got my son. He's 15 months, and I got my daughter, and then I'm about to have this baby. I've always been fat, but I'm about to have another baby, and he's due in April. My goal is to not be tied to a desk. My goal is to work, be there for my kids, be it soccer games, football practice, basketball practice, cheerleading, whatever they need me to do. I want to be there. When you're tied to a desk and you have to ask for time off, or people have to tell you when you can do such and such, it's hard. That's why me and my husband are going to open up another business, because we need a family. We're going to do a family business this time because we need to be there for our kids, and we need to make sure that they're growing right and they're mature, and I don't want them to unnecessarily grieve, because a lot of choices can be changed. A lot of grief can be sometimes, not all the time, because sometimes it be avoided. I'm not going to say you're not ever going to have grief, but sometimes we put ourselves in a situation that causes us to grieve that we could have avoided. I'm sorry, my mouth is dry, y'all. So I want that from my kids. Like my mom did so good raising me. Even though I was not biologically hers, she did so good raising me. I messed up on my own. I told my kids, I didn't send enough for me and you both. You don't have to do anything. I done did it. I done lied. I done skip. I ain't never skipped school. My mom would have really beat me through the floor. But I have lied. I done been sneaking, and it doesn't get you anywhere. I thought I was doing something. Then when I'm back and I realized the lies I told and how stupid they sound, I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I thought that lady was going to believe that. It sounded right in my head, but boy, it sure don't sound right now that I'm an adult. If she was here, she'd probably be like, uh-huh. So I'm just saying, like, just learn to grieve properly. Learn to grieve the right way. Learn to grieve in a setting to where you're not dreading how you grieve the next day. That's all I'm saying. Well, I hope you guys have a great Monday. I am fin to go do some reading and finish my application for Walden. Well, I did my application. I'm sorry. Finished uploading my stuff. They were waiting on a couple of more documents. And I'm going to start with them in January. I'm going to take this time and clean my house out and get the kids' clothes, get the stuff ready for Maori when he comes next year. So I will be back with another video. So, what's today? Monday? Probably Thursday. No, Thursday's the holiday. Um, maybe I'll do one on Thursday. Just because people really grieve over the holidays. The holidays are never a safe time for feelings. So maybe we can come back and we can do a theory or a practice session, or just I can just ask some questions, and if people want to comment, they can. Well, anywho, have a great Monday.